Bismillahirrahmanirrahim. This is me, Aamana Shahbaz here, your English language teacher working as a subject specialist at Divisional Public School and College, Sahiwal. In today's grammar lesson, we are supposed to learn gerunds and participle adjectives. We have chosen this topic from Oxford Grammar Tree, unit number 6, page number 33. In gerunds and participle adjectives, we are going to identify what are the adjectives and what are the gerunds. We have certain objectives to deal with the gerunds and participle adjectives. And by the end of the lesson, we shall be able to identify gerund and participle, to describe the difference between a gerund and a participle, to identify the function of a gerund in a sentence, to explain the function of a gerund phrase. To understand gerunds and participles, we must have a previous knowledge of knowing what is a subject, what is an object, what is a phrase in a sentence, and what could be the subject complement, what could be the object complement, and definitely we have studied in our previous sessions about adjective, nouns, and prepositions. Gerunds and participles are actually the verbals. Verbals are non-finite verbs. Therefore, verbals are verbs in ing form, but they function as another part of speech. Then what is it? Can it be a noun, an adjective, or an adverb? Let's guess. What do you think? What can be the gerunds and participles? Here we have a direct question. What is a gerund? Let's start with the gerund first. A gerund is a verb that always functions as a noun, and it always ends in ing. Here we have some more examples. We can see here cooking, writing, reading, sharing, knitting, painting, skating. These are all the examples of the gerunds. So, if you know now that ing form of verbs working as nouns are gerunds, then here is a small test. In the following sentences, we are going to identify the gerunds. Remember the questions. Does it end in ing? Is it a verb acting as a noun? Then it is a gerund. Sarah was nervous before practicing her speech. So can you tell me what is she nervous about? Yes, practicing. Halloween is the time for eating sweets. Halloween is the time for what? Yes, eating. Brushing your teeth is important if you ever want to smile pink. What is important? Yes, brushing. Maya loves acting, so she joined drama. So, what is an activity here? Do you think acting is an activity here? Just think of it. One smell I can't stand is smoking. Can you stand the smell of smoking, or do you like it? I guess no one, none of us can like the smell of smoking. Shoplifting is an illegal activity. Shoplifting. Yes, here we have certain verbs like practicing, eating, practicing speech, or eating sweets, brushing teeth, acting, Maria's acting, smoking, and shoplifting. Do you know the meaning of shoplifting? What is the meaning of shoplifting? Yes, stealing things from the shops. But do you think singing is also a gerund? Well, I guess it may be, or it may be not. Let's see here. These were more little cats. Not all words that end in ing are gerunds. If you are like me, you are examples. This is not a gerund. The girl was singing all night. You can see the girl was singing all night has been used as a verb. It's a verb phrase. What did the girl do? She was singing. The word singing is being used as part of the verb phrase and is not being used as a noun. Therefore, it is not a gerund. Gerund must be used as nouns. What are the uses of gerunds? Let's get started. Whilst understanding functions of gerunds, we have certain uses we must know about it. Gerunds can be used as a noun. Gerunds can occupy various positions in a sentence. A noun can come in the start, in the middle, and in the end of a sentence. Here we have subject of a sentence, subject complement, object of a transitive verb, object of a preposition, point of time, direct object, absolute phrase. When gerunds are coming as subject of a sentence, we can see traveling might satisfy your desire for new experiences. Singing is my talent. Smoking is injurious to health. Watching TV is my favorite pastime. In all these sentences, ing form of verbs have been used like what? Traveling might satisfy your desire for new experiences. Do you think you are traveling here or someone is traveling here? Of course not. Traveling by itself has been used as a subject. Singing is my talent. Who is singing? Are you singing? Is there someone singing? Of course not. So singing again has been used as a subject of a sentence. Smoking is injurious to health. Watching TV is my favorite pastime. Watching by itself is a subject. You are not watching TV. She is not watching TV. So nobody is watching TV here. We are describing generally that watching is my favorite pastime. So in these examples, traveling, singing, smoking, watching, these are all gerunds. Here we have a more important use of a subject, and that is a subject complement. My cat's favorite activity is sleeping. One of his duties is doing homework. Do you think cat is sleeping here? Or cat's favorite activity is sleeping? We are generally describing about the activity of the cat. If you are not telling that cat is sleeping or cat likes sleeping. Okay, if likes, then what? Note the difference. No one is doing homework here in this sentence. Instead, we are talking that doing homework is his duty. We can see here ing form of verbs can be used as objects, as they appreciate my painting, she likes singing, she is believing, she is caring. They are coming after helping verb or after another verb. Like they appreciate my painting, she likes singing, she is believing, she is caring. In all these sentences, painting, singing, believing and caring are objects. Because painting has been used as the object of appreciate, singing is another object for the likes, and believing is showing an object, and caring is again an object. Complement of a transitive verb. Transitive verbs are the verbs which always carry an object. They never have complete meaning within themselves. If you like something, then you like what? If you enjoy something, what do you enjoy? Definitely traveling, swimming. If you hate something, what is that? I hate overthinking. Don't feel like. I don't feel like going somewhere. Don't mind. I don't mind, students, when they put questions at me. Can't stand. I can't stand insult of my parents. Can you? I guess we can sometimes, but not insult by others. Appreciate. Who do you appreciate? Do you think your teachers should appreciate you? Or everyone should appreciate you? So, I appreciate my students. If I want to talk about any ing form of verb, I will definitely be saying, I appreciate working all day. Deny, avoid, consider, mention, finish, imagine, suggest. These are certain verbs which comes from likes or dislikes. And we always use these verbs of consider, avoid, mention, finish, imagine, suggest as transitive verbs. And these transitive verbs always carry some objects. Sometimes these objects are the doing things, like solving crossword puzzles, driving at night, speaking in public, going to cinema. She loves solving crossword puzzles. In the first sentence, we can see that. She loves doing something. And what is that? Solving crossword puzzles. I don't mind driving at night. So I don't mind at night isn't anything. But when we add driving, I don't mind driving, then this is an object. Here we can see I can't stand speaking in public. I get nervous. Do you feel fear of the public when you talk to the public? I enjoy going to cinema, like singing, and there are so many other things we all enjoy. And ing form of verbs always comes after prepositions. Wherever you see prepositions, and after that you will see any verb being used, this verb will always come in ing form, like in knowing you, in understanding you, for getting late, before arriving, before leaving, after leaving. Here in these examples we have certain prepositions here: before, after, instead of, good at, interested in, look at to. What are you good at? Can you tell me? I am good at dealing tough people. The police arrested him for speeding. He gave no reason for coming late. You might get in trouble for faking an illness. Before leaving the office, please turn off the lights. After tidying the kitchen, he went straight to bed. So after prepositions like for, speeding, for, coming, for, faking, before, leaving, after, tidying, all the verbs which are being carried by and followed by the prepositions are gerunds. Gerunds also come as a certain point of time, like she fell on the track in the beginning of the race, beginning of something. Starting days in college were very exciting. Yes. Ending of Romeo and Juliet was tragic. Starting, ending. Some endings are not always good. What is the participle adjective? Can you tell me? A participle is a verb. Adjective. It looks like a verb but functions as an adjective. What are the uses of participle adjectives? Let's start understanding the functions and the uses of participle adjectives. Here we have participle adjectives looks like a verb but functions as an adjective. So are you clear with it? That any ing form of verb which works as an adjective is a participle adjective. Before we were studying that, now we will see the uses and functions of participle adjectives. Participle adjectives modifies a noun. They come after verbs of perception and after linking verbs. Linking verbs are what? Do you think you are very good at knowing what are the verbs of perception and what are the linking verbs and how a word can modify a noun? If not, look at these examples. Even if yes, you will look at. Modifying a noun. The singing bird was a huge center of attraction. We can see ing form of verb singing has been used to modify the verb, word bird as a noun. Floating clouds looks very pretty. Here the clouds have been modified with floating. He plucked the blooming flower. So flowers are blooming, floating, singing are the three ing form of verbs which have been used as modifying a noun, bird, clouds, flower respectively, and they are known as adjectives. So if I will ask what is the adjective in the given sentence, that is singing bird. If I will ask what is the adjective in the next sentence, floating clouds like very pretty, that is floating. And if I ask he plucked the blooming flower, what is this? So here blooming flower is the adjective. You can see the verbs of perceptions. Have you ever heard of the 5 senses? Senses like smell, touch, hear, see, look. Do you know about these 5 senses? Hearing, smelling, touching, speaking, sound words. Yes, all these words of 5 senses are called verbs of sense of perception. Here I heard someone playing the piano. What is the word which has been used as sense of perception? Heard. I heard someone. When we use these verbs, heard, saw, listen, after that we definitely use such pronouns like someone. I saw her. I saw someone. I saw something. I heard her. I heard something. I heard someone. Yes, I guess you are clear now. After I heard someone playing the piano, we can tell you that what is the activity which you heard? Playing the piano. Although playing the piano is here an activity, but when you are hearing any quality of someone doing something, and when you see of someone doing something, then that activity is not a gerund, then that activity is a participle adjective. I can smell something burning. I can smell something burning. Although here is an activity, in ing form of verb, but when it is coming after an indirect object like someone, something, her, he, she, then these words are called participle adjectives. These are not gerunds. And when we are talking about the linking verb like be, look, or sad, your new book sounds very interesting. The children can be easily annoying, and the children can be really annoying. The children can be really annoying. Here be is a linking verb. In both the sentences, sounds and be is a linking verb, and you can see interesting and annoying are the adjectives. Let's test yourself. Can you rewrite these words and use them as gerunds? No one should be allowed to play cricket on this playground. A clean swimming pool is the place I love to swim in. He received an award because he sang well. She gets a lot of pleasure when she reads good books. He is passionate about music, hopes to be famous one day. I'm going to assign you 1 minute. You can think of the gerunds. Now you can solve this activity. No one should be allowed to play cricket. Note all these sentences and think of these. How can you convert? Are you done? Let's begin and look at the answers. And here we have written the answers. Playing cricket on the ground is not allowed. I love swimming in a clean swimming pool. He received an award for singing well. She gets a lot of pleasure in reading good books. He is passionate about music by hoping to be famous one day. What is the difference between gerund and participle adjectives? Now look at the difference. Revising between gerunds and participle adjectives, what is the difference between gerund and a participle? Both a gerund and a participle come from a verb and end in ing. The only difference is based on the function. Revising, a gerund acts like a noun, whereas a participle acts like an adverb or an adjective. Here we have the examples of traveling. Do you think traveling is a gerund or a participle adjective? Are you confused? Or do you know of it? Let's look at it. Oh, here we can see traveling can be expensive and traveling has been used as a noun. In the other example, we can see the family enjoys traveling about. So here the traveling has been used as object of verb. Maria was tired of traveling. Here the third sentence, the column of gerund, we can see has been used as object of preposition. Here we have 3 more examples. Sarah is traveling to France, where we can see that is traveling has been used as a verb. You will be traveling by train. Here the traveling has been used as a verb again. But what example with the flying? Can you do it by your own? Flying. Can you tell me any sentence? Can you think of any sentence about flying which can either be understanding verbals? In case of flying, we have I like flying kites. When we have I like flying kites, this is something you like, and flying has been used as an object of the transitive verbs. And when you say after bullets started flying in all directions, here flying, you can see after bullets starting flying is an absolute phrase. And it has been used as a gerund phrase, as it is carrying preposition in the beginning of our sentence as well. When we see present participle, it is difficult to shoot a flying bird. I like to see flying kites. Here we are not talking about kites. I like flying kites. Here I like to see. When you say I like to see, you are sitting somewhere and then you are looking at the kites which are being flying. So here in the word like flying, you will say kites. So in the example of kites, flying is being used as adjective. Colorful flying kites dotting the blue summer sky. In this sentence, you will see that colorful flying kites have been used as an adjective. He remembered he had seen many flying bees. Flying bees, flying kites, like to see flying kites, a flying bird. When you remember that you had seen, heard of something and watched, and after that you see any ing form of verb that is being used as participle adjective. Here we have some more examples. Can you ask yourself? And to clear it, I have brought you a Neha story from her time. That's very simple. And you will see learn gerunds. So many gerunds and participle adjectives. After reading and listening to the story carefully, write a list of gerunds and participle adjectives on a sample sheet. All the ing verbs have been underlined for you. We will look at these all ing form verbs. I want to read the story to you. Neha is my new neighbor. She returned her home country from New York to Pakistan after pandemic spread. It was the beginning of April 20, a partly cloudy and unusual day, when I saw her first time. She went in hastily, opening the gate of my neighboring house. I saw her wearing flowers in her hair. I listened to her ringing laughter. I waved at her from my garage. I laughed to see her glowing eyes and smiling face. A week later, my maid told Neha's entire family testified themselves of COVID-19. Only Neha was reported corona positive. She was shifted to quarantine center by the local police forcefully. After nursing for 6 weeks, doctor sent her back. I went to talk to her with my mother. Visiting her was only for a courtesy. She told she saw many people dying around her. Only 3 girls and an old man survived out of 20 people. She heard of crying people with pain. Patients were assigned different codes by staff at quarantine center. She was asked to do either cooking or dishwashing. She chose cooking rice. Other patients swept the floor and did dishwashing. They were given fresh vegetables to cook. It was like a prison in the beginning. There are ending 20 of those. She survived because her parents bought her plasma in time, or perhaps the fault of her stars ended. We can see the words like beginning, opening, ringing, wearing, glowing, swimming, visiting, dying, crying, cooking, washing, adding. These are all the ing form of verbs. But when you see which ing form of verb has been used as a point of time, you will find that as a gerund. If you will see any quality of wearing flowers, ringing, laughter, then you can take that as a participle adjective. Here we have a more example. Here we have the answer key for you. I've done it for you. You may go to the story later. You may reread the story and look at all these verbs again. What is the difference between gerunds and participle adjectives? Confusing situations where we definitely feel ourselves stuck. The first one is when you have a gerund and a noun phrase at the beginning of a sentence. The second one is when ing form of verb modifies a noun. So how? When you have a gerund or participle phrase at the beginning of a sentence, how can you identify? Here in the first box, you can see unwrapping a candy bar. Sarah didn't see the impending danger. Unwrapping a candy bar is actually an activity being done by Sarah. But in the second sentence, we're talking about the same activity. The only difference which we can identify in this case is based on preposition. After unwrapping her candy bar, if any phrase is being started with any preposition, then it is a gerund phrase. In other case, you can see walking early in the morning is good for health. Is good for health. But how? Definitely walking is an activity. Walking is good for health. So we can identify that walking early in the morning is a gerund. But when we see they saw him walking in the garden, we can see after saw an indirect verb him has been used. And in this case, an indirect word him is causing the same sentence to be a participle adjective. They saw him walking in the garden. Saw him walking is being used as participle adjective. So walking in the garden is a participle phrase, and we can identify walking in the garden as a participle phrase because of an indirect object, him. So is the case with ing form when it comes before a noun. This situation is a little tricky. You will just definitely find yourself get stuck with it because we get confused with compound nouns and ing form of verbs being used as adjectives or as nouns. It is true that adjective modifies a noun, but simply because a word is modifying a noun does not mean it is an adjective. For example, credit card. Here credit is a noun, even it is modified noun. We took a skiing vacation, skiing gerund. How? Because it is modifying vacation, but sky is also modifying a monkey. We saw a skiing monkey. We took a skiing vacation. And in both the cases, we can see skiing has been used as a modifying word. But in both the cases, skiing is not being used as the same adjective. We took a skiing, in the sentence we took a skiing vacation, skiing has been used as a noun, as a compound noun. When ing form comes before a noun, this situation is tricky. It is true that adjectives modifies a noun, but simply because a word is modifying a noun does not mean it is adjective. For example, as in case of credit card. Credit is a noun even if it is modified noun. We took a skiing vacation. Here skiing is modifying the vacation. And again we can see we saw a skiing monkey. In case of a skiing monkey, skiing is an adjective. So here I have brought one simple answer to you for this. First, look at these examples carefully. Reading room is a quiet place with a variety of books. Is it? Is your reading room a quiet place? Mine is not. Cook the fish for 3 minutes in frying pan. Dining table is empty. Oh yes, my stomach is empty as well. I'm feeling like to eat something. It is difficult to shoot a flying bird. A flying bird. He jumped from a running train. Running train. Things are not always greener in the land of a rising sun. They are always greener. Reading room is a quiet place with a variety of books. Think of the word room. Do you think reading has been used as a gerund or as an adjective? Because it is being added in the room. Again, cook the fish for 3 minutes in frying pan. In frying pan, what do you think? Frying is defining the pan. Now see here. Things are not always greener in the land of rising sun. And do you think things are not greener here? Okay, leave that philosophy. Come to the grammatical perspective. Rising sun. Do you think the sun can rise by itself? Look at here. It jumped from a running train. Running train. Do you think train can move by itself? Look at the discussion session. Reading room, frying pan, dining table. Here room, pan and table cannot play their roles by themselves without the help of others. And in case of flying bird, rising sun, running train, here birds and a train can play the roles by themselves without any help of others. Now are you clear the difference? Read the given sentences carefully and write on a sample sheet all the participle adjectives and gerunds. Then identify function of the each one. Like subject, try to identify subject, subject complement, noun complement, adjective complement, direct object, objects of preposition. In the first sentence, can you fix the running tap? Can you fix the running tap? Identify the function of running. In the second sentence, he bought a walking stick for his grandfather. So, what is that? A walking stick. You have to tell walking has been used as a gerund or as an adjective. The tap was running for an hour. Do you think tap is running by itself? or it is a action verb in the fourth sentence. Brilliantly reading the poem was the competition. Do you think it's a phrase or it's a sentence? And how reading has been used in this sentence? The fifth sentence, look at. She loves watching movies. In the sixth sentence, I passed the exams by remembering the questions. By remembering the questions. ing form of verb has been used in this phrase and you have to identify in which sense it has been used. Our track team had buddy running today. So here running has been used as a gerund. But if you want to know more about the functions and if you have worked out, we can see the answers. Are you ready to see the answers? If yes, here we have. You can see and read all the answers and you can jot down the functions. Can you fix the running tab? Here running is a participial adjective because tab can play its role by itself. When you run the tab can definitely run by itself. So it is being used as adjective. He bought a walking stick for his grandfather. Walking is a gerund as part of a compound noun. The tab was running for an hour. Running is verb here, neither participle nor a gerund. Brilliantly reading the poem was the competition. Reading is gerund as subject of the sentence. He loves watching movie. Watching is being used as a gerund of the verb here. I passed the exams by remembering the questions. Gerund. Our track team had buddy running today. And you can see running is a gerund here again. Did you catch that? All the ing form of verbs and their functions. Now I have one last very interesting task for you to see. In exercise 4, you are supposed to read this stanza of a poem. This is actually a stanza of Sarah T. Style. Her poem, Wartime, was very fascinating when I read it first time. And now I have chosen this stanza for you to enjoy as well. And write at least 3 ing form of verbs on a separate sheet and use them in your own sentences. Each of 3 as a participial adjective, a verb or a gerund. There will come soft rains and smell of the ground, and always swallows circling with their shimmering sound, and frogs in the pools singing at night, and wild plum trees in tremulous white. Robins will wear their feathery fire, whistling their wings on a low fence wire, and not one will know of the war. Not one will care at last when it is done. I hope you get the meaning and you can identify now ing form of verbs so easily and can use them by your own. Thank you. That's all from my side. Happy learning. Take very good care of you.